Welcome to the live stream we got pouring in here. We got some viewers about to show up. I'd like to make a discussion about Erika Kirk, reflecting on her late husband's legacy and all the stuff she accomplished. And her reporting that she forgives her killer, her husband's killer. I don't know if I would do the same thing, if I'm being completely honest, because this goes to show the type of movement that there's supposed to be stuff going on in the States that's getting better and better. But it seems as though certain people want to make it worse and worse on purpose. And if some people speak out, they're promoted. And if other people speak out, they're villainized, demonized, disenfranchised, whatever you want to say it. I find it strange that a lot of the news organizations prop up a lot of the negative speech and rhetoric going on about how the federal government conducts its business, and everything is negative about the future. I think it's all related, basically, talking about how Stephen Colbert and that other guy, Jimmy Kimmel, their ratings are really not doing any good. And basically, they want to get the funding pulled because businessmen want to save money, they want to make more money, they want to do different stuff. It ran its course of late night specials, and but it's the spin all the time. It's the spin that we're seeing from the far left. Weaponizes every little chance they can to say that, oh, it's because of Trump, it's because of Trump. And with her saying that she forgives this individual who really went way overboard. If you ask me, he went way overboard. He talked about how it was rumored with some family members that he was at a barbecue talking with his family about how he really didn't like that guy. John Everett, hello. Luwak, hello. We're just doing a small live stream. I'm just doing a small live stream here to talk about what happened with Charlie Kirk's wife, Erika Kirk, mentioning that she forgives the alleged killer. And I'm not really sure how I feel about that. A lot of people are saying she's so brave and so powerful, and the Christianity aspect of it. But if I'm being honest, I had to jump on and do a live stream because I really just got to say what's on my mind and how I feel about the whole thing. Because while it is powerful and it does send a message about his organization and all that kind of stuff, what I disagree with is the quickness for the forgiveness aspect of it, rather than digging into it more and more and more. And I think it should be dug in to the assassination Trump's attempts on Trump's a lot more and more and more, because that was a little bit quiet. And of course, I understand that if you talk about that kind of stuff a lot, well, maybe more attempts can happen. Like it's been talked about, if you talk about certain serial killers on live TV a lot, well, then it's not good because they don't want to stir up that sort of acumen or whatever. This was something that was talked about and theorized in the 1990s. But I'm going off topic here because I'm not used to doing live streams. Yeah, it's truly horrible that people think it's okay. Jonathan Evehart. When you mentioned that, I did see a lot of postings with people saying that it was good or whatever, and even on TikTok, people were saying things like you should be canceled, like Charlie Kirk was, or people are not gonna miss you when you're gone, like alluding to, I don't know, this like strange threat or whatever. Yeah, I am Canadian actually. Yeah, so Anyway, like, this is just going to be a quiet live stream because I'm really not good at live streams. I don't know what I'm doing. But, yeah, I just want to talk about how quick it is, how I don't agree with it being so quick to forgive far left extremists who go push the envelope way overboard here. I'd also like to talk about how the trans issue of someone changing their gender, maybe taking SSRIs and getting all upset about themselves. And if you don't agree with what they say, then they try and kill you, you know? So another thing I'd like to talk about actually is like the hardship that those people face too as well. Because let's say they feel as though they were meant to be somebody else, and they go through this process deeply, and then a couple years later maybe they kind of have a little bit of regrets about it, and they start thinking back like, oh well, maybe I shouldn't have done this. But when they say to someone, oh, like, do you respect my trans rights or whatever, and somebody says, oh no, I believe there's only two genders, or well, I can understand how maybe that would make someone lose it and want to friggin' attack you, because that person's kind of self-reference point makes them say, well, if I'm questioning my own sexuality and I changed some things, and now I'm having some second thoughts, and even other people around me are not uh, confirming how I feel or how I felt. They have to kind of juggle the other people's perspectives with their own perspectives, or maybe that they feel as though they, I don't know, unnecessarily hurt themselves, or maybe they got tricked by a community or certain adults or whatever when they were young, and they can just lose it. And that's what we're seeing maybe with people who take SSRIs and are unsure about their identity. You know, there wasn't really much cavemen and cave women 25 million years ago that was a little bit iffy about their identity. If they were, they wouldn't last long with the dinosaurs. Okay, but so that's a kind of a topic I'd like to discuss or whatever. Is Shadow 222 said hi? Hello, is Shadow? Right now I'm live streaming from my phone. It's probably only at 10%, so I don't know how long I'm going to be able to do this. Uh, but there is the question about sexuality, not necessarily gender, but sexuality. Is that was a very, very long time ago people like actually gay? And people would say, well, no, it's not, because what happens is like there needed to be babies, there needed to be a lot of people being born, it had to be a small tribe system. But there could actually have been a very long time ago gay people, or people perhaps that felt uncomfortable with themselves. And if they did or they do, then someone in today's generation, if they are feeling uncomfortable, then yes, it would be good to talk maybe to a professional. But how professional is the professional you're talking to, really, number one? As a somewhat malleable, maybe child who's easily influenced or whatever. But harkening back to that Paleolithic era that I mentioned, is and how it could be possible that a very, very long time ago people were gay and or desiring to be as if they were the opposite sex. The reason why that would survive for all millions of years leading up to now in this moment, and a lot more people talking about it and going with it, sort of coming out of the closet, if you will, than ever before, is because the reason for that surviving, that idea surviving this long, is because it could have been a utilitarian aspect of supporting the tribe. Renault Growell said hi. Hello, Renault. What's up? We're talking about forgiveness on this podcast and identity, and we're talking about a lot of stuff. Yeah, so jumping back into it. But I just want to end with the cliffhanger that if the United States, say for example, 75% of the young boys and young men in the United States decide they feel they want to dress up and be all girly or whatever, and on all these other feminine traits or whatever, and if all the women, or 75% of the younger women in the United States, are a little bit iffy about their gender and their identity and all this kind of stuff, and they want to be very, very masculine, and they say, oh, I want to do ditch digging and all that kind of stuff that normally guys did, then what would take place is that it will be like a role reversal. And maybe a little bit of role reversals would be considered normal, like perhaps like a stay-at-home father or whatever. But a lot of these jobs ladies wouldn't want to do anyway. They would rather maybe be in the care profession rather than in the extremely hard, what do you call that, like cement, going like pop, 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 pop with a cement gun all day or with a jackhammer all day, right? So, like, what I'm trying to say is if the genomic entity of the United States, hello, Alex, if the genomic entity of the United States is a little bit iffy about their identity and culture and all that, and other places are not, like China, like Russia, and all that, and they penetrate in socially to confuse the younger generation, then what can happen is things that we're seeing like this. We're seeing people turn on each other, and if you don't go with their ideologies, then you're canceled, so on and so forth. So this harkens a little bit to, is the United States under war right now, by a political, social, underlining, uh, communist regime who ultimately is looking to knock us down and take number one as their own currency for their own better survival. You live in the States, I live in Canada. I don't like Trump. Renaud Grawal. Actually, I do live in Canada. I'm Canadian. I do live in Canada. So that was a little bit about my opinion about what was going on with this whole forgiveness thing. Right now, I don't know if you can hear me now, but yes, I am Canadian. Uh, anyway, I'm just giving my opinion right now on this whole Charlie Kirk assassin situation. But there is the Christianity standpoint for forgiveness and things like that. But I don't think that the ideology of the left to freak out and kill everyone if they don't agree with them is the right, uh, should be something that is forgivable. But the person individually, I can see why there would be merit in his, in the confusion of his actions uh, and all that kind of stuff. From, I don't want to speak on her individual standpoint. I don't want to disrespect anybody on either side, her side, his side, blue, red, yellow, and everything in between. I just want to give my opinion on a live stream. And yeah, if anybody has any comments, leave them below. Uh, if you like what I have to say, don't be shy to chime in. Uh, yeah, but I think I'm going to close in there. King Von Fan says hi. Hello, King Von Fan 123. You just missed it. I was just giving a big speech about what my thoughts are. But honestly, I was thinking about wrapping it up because there's not many viewers in here right now. But I don't know if you can hear me well. Is the audio good and everything? Yes, I hope so. But about what? Okay, well, if the live stream title doesn't click, I was talking about. Okay, yes, okay. All right, you're ahead of the game, man. You're ahead of the game. Welcome to the two viewers. I was just talking about, should Erika Kirk's wife be so quick to forgive her killer or whatever, and I was more or less saying no, but on the side of the whole political spectrum or whatever, but not on the individual Christianity side point or whatever. I thought it was an important live stream to do because nobody's really talking about it. It's plastered all over Fox News and all these other places, but I think it was better to do a live stream about it to really get it off my chest or whatever, because I think a lot of people are missing the point. Exactly, don't forgive, Like, that's what I was saying, King Von Fan, is I was saying, like, it's the ideology of the left is saying, if you don't go with what I'm trying to say, you know, we're all going to take you out or whatever, which is just way over the top. I mean, the far left has gotten so out of hand now. The polarities in the States is going to be what could be splits the United States. So I think Elon Musk even buying Twitter and people able to give their opinion more freely is what really saved the nation too, or whatever. Can you imagine if Kamala won or whatever? How bad it would be. I mean, what would happen in the States is that there would be no AI advancement, and China and Russia and everything would be just plowing through, and the projected weakness there would just be out of this world. So I'm going to end it at that, guys. I'm going to head out. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, like and subscribe. Feel free to comment me anytime if you want to talk or whatever. I'm here. Check out some of my shorts that I make. And yeah, thanks for looking at my channel. Thanks a lot, guys, and we'll see you guys on the next video. How do you get rid of this now?